You want to be the most powerful entrepreneur you can be to gain battle-tested experience without paying the painful price that most do? Then you need to master the laws of power. Because in business, the real rules, they're not in your LLC paperwork. They're written in power plays, subtle moves, and silent threats, the kind that determine who scales and who gets crushed. These aren't just ideas from a book. They're battlefield strategies I've seen in real courtrooms, boardrooms, and legal battles. And in this video, I'm going to show you the top 10 laws of power for entrepreneurs, adapted from Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, but sharpened for the business world you live in every day. You'll learn what each law really means in business, not just theory, and how I've watched it play out over nearly 20 years as a lawyer and as an entrepreneur. The painful, expensive mistakes I've seen when entrepreneurs ignore these laws, and most importantly, how to use each law to protect yourself, position yourself, and win. Stick with me till the end, because I'm going to give you something I wish I had when I started: the Entrepreneur's Power Playbook. It's a free, battle-tested one-pager that breaks down all the 10 laws, when to use them, how to apply them in real business situations, because this isn't just about business advice. This is about defending what you're building. Let's jump in. Hey, I'm Karam. I'm a courtroom-tested lawyer, entrepreneur, and the founder of the Legally Bulletproof Academy. For nearly 20 years, I've been in the trenches, helping entrepreneurs win in the courtroom and avoid ever having to go there in the first place. I've helped businesses grow, but I've also seen them go down and had to clean up their messes. The lawsuits, the betrayals, the partnerships gone wrong. And what I've learned? Most entrepreneurs don't lose because of a lack of ambition. They lose because of the enemies and the mistakes they didn't see coming. And that's why I created the Legally Bulletproof Academy, to teach entrepreneurs how to protect themselves before things go bad with real legal strategies, business tools, and the mindset of a business warrior. Like Warren Buffett said, learn from the mistakes of others. You won't live long enough to make them all yourself. So today I'm giving you those mistakes and the tools on how to avoid them. So let's jump right into the 10 laws now. Law number 1, never outshine the master. Robert Greene wrote, always make those above you feel superior. If you make them appear more brilliant than they are, you will attain the heights of power. If you make them feel like they're not needed, you'll provoke insecurity and retaliation. Now let's talk about what that really means for entrepreneurs. Most of us think, if I'm the smartest person in the room, I'll win the room. Wrong. That's exactly how you lose the room, because egos, especially at the top, are fragile. And if you threaten someone's position, they don't step aside to lift you up. They step in to shut you down. Years ago, I had a client pitching a revolutionary product to a major investor. The investor was already prepared to put in $10 million into the project, but wanted to meet the founder first. Just a formality. We walked into this massive office in Manhattan's Diamond District, and I immediately felt the power dynamics in the room. I had already warned my client, be sharp, be respectful, let the investor feel like the king. But instead, my client walked in loud, overconfident, name dropping his past exits, correcting the investor mid-sentence on irrelevant details. He didn't just pitch the product, he tried to prove that he was smarter than the guy writing the check. And just like that, the deal was dead. He violated law number 1. He tried to outshine the master, and in doing so, he lost the opportunity of a lifetime. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You need to make the smartest person in the room feel like they are. So in negotiations, compliment their vision. Let them feel like they're driving, even if you're designing the route behind the scenes. In partnerships, don't challenge people publicly. Plant ideas privately. Let them arrive at your conclusion and feel ownership. In client relationships, don't overpower their identity. Empower it. You're the guide, not the hero. Power isn't just about domination. It's all about influence. And influence comes when others feel stronger in your presence, not smaller. So make others feel important, and they'll give you the space to be powerful. That's law number 1. Now, law number 2 is to use absence to increase respect and honor. Robert Greene said, too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. In business, we're taught that availability is value, that if you show up all the time, you're committed, responsive, trustworthy. But too much access kills your value. It creates entitlement. It lowers perception. It burns you out, and it makes you dispensable. I had a client who was brilliant, crushing sales, and was always on top of it. Every email, every DM, every last-minute demand, responded in minutes to his clients. But his clients stopped respecting him. They demanded more. They paid late. They expected instant responses on weekends. We had to rewrite his contracts, set his boundaries. We automated his onboarding. We restructured his calendar, and we trained him and his team to create intentional distance. 6 months later, so half the hours, double the price. Clients respected him more. And let me tell you something from my own life. When I first launched my law office, I gave free advice. I took calls at midnight. I gave people my Skype, WhatsApp, even my cell. They drained me, ghosted me, disrespected me. The more available I made myself, the less I was valued. So here's how I use law number 2. Create intentional scarcity. Choose your access points. Be clear about when and how clients engage with you. Use contracts with boundaries, response times, revision limits, late fees. Don't answer every ping. Let demand build. Let space create value. And if they think they can always get to you, they'll never value you. Absence isn't avoidance, it's a strategy. Now, law number 3 is to conceal your intentions. Keep people off balance and in the dark by never revealing the purpose behind your actions. Now, this might sound manipulative, but it's not. It's protection. It's leverage. It's smart business. And as a lawyer, yes, I have a duty to disclose facts, but I always conceal my intentions, my end game, my strategy, because once someone knows your end game, they maneuver around it, or worse, they take it. Business is no different. Some of your biggest threats might be your partners, collaborators, even your friends. I had a client pitch a tech platform to a group of strategic investors, no NDA, full transparency. 3 months later, those investors launched a similar company. I saw this model over and over. They didn't pass on him, they just replaced him. So transparency without protection doesn't build trust, it builds targets. So how do you protect yourself? Make sure you use NDAs early. And if they're serious, they won't mind. Reveal slowly, just enough to intrigue, but not enough to replicate. And negotiations never start with your bottom line. Let them talk first. Let them overplay their hand. The less they know, the less they can use against you. Concealment isn't deception, it's design. It's defense. It's how you protect your mission. Now, law number 4 is always say less than necessary. Robert Greene said that the more you say, the more common you appear and the less in control. Silence isn't weakness, it's power. I've seen this law lose million-dollar deals. One client started rambling in a negotiation, explaining, justifying. Within 5 minutes, he gave away our leverage. The deal fell apart. He said way too much than the investor wanted to hear. So here's how to use law number 4 in negotiations. Speak second. Let them reveal their wants. Only answer what's asked. Pause after questions. Let that silence create curiosity. If you're emotional, say less. In contracts, be concise. Clear beats clever. Speak less and win more. Law number 5 is guard your reputation with your life. Robert Greene said, reputation is the cornerstone of power. Through reputation alone, you can intimidate and win. Once it slips, however, you are vulnerable. I've seen this law play out in devastating ways, both in court and in business. Your reputation is your leverage. It's the door opener, the price raiser, the investor magnet. And once it's damaged, sometimes it never recovers. I've had clients sued for fraud, not because they were guilty, but because they oversold, they exaggerated, they didn't document. Just the allegation destroyed the trust they built for years. I've seen former employees walk out with trade secrets because the business didn't have NDAs, non-competes, or confidentiality agreements in place. I've seen entrepreneurs tank their credibility because of one shady partner or collaborator they didn't properly vet. So here's how you protect your name. Monitor your brand. Set up alerts. Know what's being said. Use disparagement clauses and brand protection in every agreement. Clients, partners, vendors, vet your people. They can all become enemies. One shady move can stain your name for years. And always define your brand protections legally with indemnification clauses to protect you from what others say or do in your name. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. Guard it like your business depends on it, because it really does. Now, law number 6 is to court attention at all costs. Everything is judged by its appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing. Let me be direct. Being great isn't enough in business. Being known is what makes the needle move. I've worked with incredibly skilled entrepreneurs and business people who had amazing offers, incredible teams, but no one knew they existed. Without attention, they were invisible. And invisible businesses don't get funded, they don't scale, and they don't survive. So if you're thinking, I don't want to be flashy or I'll let my work speak for itself, I get it. But here's the truth. The best product doesn't win. The best known product wins. So here's how to court attention with strategy. Use your personal story. People buy from people. Be visible, not perfect. Go where your audience is. And if they're on LinkedIn, show up there. If they're on YouTube, start sharing over there. Protect your content. Use trademarks and copyrights. Your message is an asset. Be consistent. Visibility compounds. Don't fear attention. Use it. Use it with control, with clarity, and with legal protection. Now, law number 7 is to use the mirror effect to your advantage. Robert Greene wrote, The mirror reflects reality, but it is also the perfect tool for deception. When you mirror your enemies doing exactly as they do, they cannot figure out your strategy. This law isn't about imitation, it's about reflection. When you mirror someone's tone, pace, beliefs, or values, what they feel is trust. I've helped clients close big deals just by rewriting their pitch and their contracts to use the buyer's exact phrasing. Same offer, different reflection, the deal closed in several days. So when you reflect what your audience believes, they feel seen. And that's where influence begins. So use this law intentionally. Mirror client language in your copy. Show them that you understand their pain before you offer the solution. In high-stakes conversations, match their energy. If they're formal, mirror that. If they're relaxed, meet them there. In branding, speak to their values, not just their pain. And remember, don't fake it. This isn't manipulation. It's empathy and action. Real leadership starts with reflection. So mirror the world that you want to move. Now, law number 8 is crush your enemy totally. A feared enemy must be crushed completely. More is lost through stopping halfway than through total annihilation. That's what Robert Greene said, and I agree with it. Now, this law may sound harsh, but it's not about violence. It's about being decisive. Because in business, half measures invite disaster. I've had clients who have let bad partners leave with sensitive data because they didn't want to handle the legal issue. Months later, they're out of business because that enemy is competing with them. So if you don't eliminate the threat, it grows. And here's how you use this law wisely. If someone threatens your business, act fast, document it, involve legal, take a position, terminate with clarity. Don't leave room for loopholes. Protect your IP, your brand, your relationships. Don't hope things will work out. Hope isn't protection. And if you go to war, don't stop halfway. Now, law number 9 is to win through actions, not argument. Any momentary triumph through argument is a Pyrrhic victory. The resentment lasts longer than the change of opinion. So don't waste energy trying to be right. Be effective. Let your contracts speak for themselves. Let your systems speak for themselves, and let your results speak for themselves. So in client conflicts, use documentation, not debates. In team management, use processes, not preaching. And in public perception, show, don't argue. Don't talk them into your world. Walk them into your results. Now, law number 10 is to plan all the way until the end. The ending is everything. Now, most entrepreneurs don't plan for exits or disputes or dissolution. I've seen founders split equity 50-50 with no operating agreement until things fall apart. I've seen clients want to sell their brand, but they didn't even own their content legally. The time to plan for the end is in the beginning. Start with exit terms. Build for scale. Protect your IP early. Document your vision and your fallback plan. Think like a chess player, not like a checkers player. Now let's pull this all together. You now have the 10 laws of power that every entrepreneur needs. Each one is strategic. Each one is psychological. And every single one is legally actionable. Absence, use it in your contracts. Concealment, use NDAs. Reputation, protect it with clauses and consequences. And to help you implement all of this, I've created a free resource for you. It's called the Entrepreneur's Power Playbook, and it breaks down each of the 10 laws, when to use them, how to apply them, and how to back them with legal firepower. Just go to legallybulletproof.com or click on the link below and get yourself a copy. It's simple, strategic, and something I wish I had when I started. And now that you understand the laws of power, let's go even deeper, because power without the right mindset is just noise. In the next video, I'll walk you through the 5 core beliefs of winning entrepreneurs. These beliefs are what separates survivors from leaders, from the reactive to the dominant, the ones who get lucky from the ones who stay in control. Let's shift the mindset from offense to defense, and let's dominate. I'll see you there.